Hi, somebody requested that I do a reaction for London Boy by Lim Young Woong. I was pleasantly surprised with his with Grain of Sand, the current single that he has. And they said that this was earlier and his first foray into pop rock. Okay, let's get to it. Well, it's London Boy, and he does look like a boy. What is it about London? Oh, so Taylor Swift actually has a song also called London Boy, but it was about his ex-boyfriend. So I wouldn't think that these two songs are connected, but there is something about London that's actually creatively inspiring. Let's get through the song a little bit more and then I'll discuss it. It's a love song. So one of the things that Britain is actually known for is the Beatles, of course, and I'd say this is some sort of a nod towards the Fab Four because there's also four people here performing, and he does have that. When they were starting out, when the Beatles was actually starting out, they were really very very young, so they looked like boys more than they do men. So maybe it has something to do because his lyrics talking about tender heart, sometimes a tender sound is heard. That they're known for that. There's a lot of great musicians that actually came from London. So that's Adele is another, of course, not London but Britain. Adele is another. The Beatles. So many great singers actually came from them. Elton John. So maybe it has something to do with that. Okay, there's one more observation. Let's get through. Sorry about my dog. Shh. Yeah, so it's a love song. I guess even though he's doing one thing that I have observed, even with Grain of Sand, is how he writes poetry in very modern language. So there's how he's comparing. Okay, maybe it'll come up again, but it seems like that's his signature. There's a certain amount of street poetry, not really street poetry, but like common poetry, common language poetry in the way that he writes the lyrics. And I appreciate it, but there's also, he has that tendency, like the sheer fact that he is using London Boy as a title. He's kind of like talking casually, but he's also inviting you to dig a little deeper into what he's saying because there's something more. So using very simple words, common words that we use every day, he's actually able to add dimension to his lyrics. Okay. Um. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I guess there it's a sort of a nod on all the great artists and all the great art that actually came from London. Another signature that I'm noticing is his use of colors to change the mood of his visuals. So in Grain of Sand, I remember like he would shift from yellowish to bluish to purplish and so on. Here, he has a dominant color of blue. That's what's dominating his entire music video. He's just changing the hue, the intensity of the blue, but that's his dominant color. So okay, so an example of how he adds a dimension in his lyrics. So it seems that what he's actually saying is that he's talking about how he loves the city of London, but it seems that he's saying that you are my London, like all these great things in you. Like you're the entire city in a girl. You're it. So he's all this overwhelming joy and love that he feels when he is interacting with all of these artists and art. He feels that with a girl. So with such a simple switch in lyricism, he's able to communicate all of that. Like I'm a London boy and you're my London girl. So there's like a common poetry that he uses. No, poetry using common words. I love his vibrato. So when he carries the tune, he carries the note, an extra beat or two. In the end, there's a certain vibrato in his. I love his vibrato. Yeah, so now it's blue again, but it's darker shade. Okay, so that's another dimension. So initially he was saying like, um, you're my London girl. And now he's saying that because of your love, you changed me to become the London boy. So all of these great things in a man, and it's all because of you. Okay. And again, I love that he's not pushing it to sing higher notes because he doesn't have to. This is not the kind of song that would call for that. I appreciate that. But this also proves that he can do pop rock. So he's not just all about trot. Stretching himself as a singer, as an artist. Yeah, I love that. Like, I'm all these great things in a man, that great city in a man, all because of you. Oh, imagine being told that by somebody. Okay, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. So he has proven that he can actually do pop rock. So he has stretched himself as an artist. That's great. And I love if this is a perfect example of how you can actually write a song about something that's really so simple, because what he's really saying is that I love you, you're everything to me. But just putting small lyrical spins, you're able to put a new second level of messaging in the song. In terms of the instrument, there's nothing grand in the way, it's all sort of consistent all throughout the song. There's a little change here and there in terms of tempo. There's addition and taking away certain instruments, but that wasn't really the beauty of the song. Dare I say that the real beauty of the song, it's simplicity. And that's how you know you have a hit. That's how you know how that you have a really great song, because even if you strip it down from all the technical, all the layers, all the technical additions and all the layers, you will still end up with a great song. Thank you to the one who recommended it. Let me know if there's anything else that you want me to review or react to. You can get in touch. You can leave them in the comment section below. You can also get in touch with me in any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now. And to all the fans of Lim Young Woong, let me know if he has a concert here. I really want to watch. I'm really curious how he performs on stage, and how he carries himself on stage. Let me know and I'll watch it. Okay, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And of course, share the video if you can. Thank you.